This video we've titled Behringer 1204 USB, adding a mixer to a ham shack. Now the average ham shack looks a lot like this. Clamshell microphones everywhere. And heaven forbid anybody ever call you, because you'll spend 20 minutes trying to figure out which microphone to grab. That's the main reason that I added a mixer to my ham shack. And this is the way the mixer looks today. I have microphone audio, I've got 3 radios, and I've got my computer coming back into the mixer. Now you might be saying that that's a lot of knobs, buttons, and switches, and I really don't want to deal with that. So let's break it down. These are the basic channels coming into the mixer. You'll see we have a microphone input, a line input, an input level control, a compressor, a small 3-band equalizer, an auxiliary or monitor send, an FX send, a pan control, a mute button, and a main volume control. That's all for just one channel. So let's say that we plug a microphone into the microphone input. Where do we go from there? First of all, we'll adjust the gain control about halfway. Don't worry about the compressor at this time. I take all my equalizer controls to start with, and I just put them straight up and down. The aux monitor, in my case, that's going to become the audio that I hear. So I put that straight up and down as well. We're going to be using the FX as well. So I'll put that straight up as well as the pan control. And I make sure that the mute button is turned off. The stereo input controls work virtually the same. We do have a cut switch, and in my case I think 10 dB down works fine. All the other controls are virtually identical to the microphone. There is repetition in numbers. Everything else stays the same. However, the FX control I put to 0. So let's look at the output controls. This is the output section of the mixer. We have an aux send monitor, and we have an FX send. Both those controls will go up about halfway. Then we have the main audio. In my case, the main audio output is actually going to go back to the computer, whereas the monitor control goes to a little Behringer MA400 headphone amplifier. I don't want to use the headphone out of the mixer because it's the same as the master output. And the FX actually goes to the mic input of all 3 radios. That little breakout box I'll explain in another video. So now, how do I have this all set up? Very simply. Channel 1 is my microphone. Channels 2, 3, and 4 are the HF radios and the VHF UHF radio. The next input is actually coming from my computer. And the last put at this time is unused. Just above line input 7 and 8 is the auxiliary send or monitor and the FX send. Again, the auxiliary send monitor is going to a Behringer MA400 amplifier, which basically can take a monitor input and put it to stereo headphones. The FX is going to all the radios. The main reason that I'm using the FX send to go to the radios, because it's working in conjunction with the main volume control. That way, if you need to adjust the volume, you can just do it off the main slider, and it will automatically adjust the FX control. You might ask, how does that work? And that's going to be in another video. But to suffice, the way that basically works is I use a foot switch on the floor and a switch box that selects which radio is going to be the PTT. The audio back to the computer is actually done through USB. That's all there's to setting up a mixer to a ham shack. I hope this video has been helpful. 73 from N9 LVS.